Ah, college. The place that I've always been told I will spend the best part of my life in. You know, with all the parties, finally moving away from home, getting to study something that I'm actually interested in, making new friends. I can't wait to... What? Online college. Where do I even start? This might have hit you differently depending on where you are in the world and what college you go to. But trust me, for me, it was the worst. Now, it all started 2 years ago, when I was still in my last year of high school, and then I was actually quite happy about it. Yay, there's no school, thanks COVID. But I only saw it like a temporary thing, always thinking that the end of this online education charade is just around the corner. But boy, was I wrong. And just like that, school was over. I spent my last day at school without even realizing it. And then, year 1 began in college. Surely, that must have been in person, right? Wrong. I was still stuck on Zoom. I've been jealously looking at some of my friends from high school that go to different colleges that hold courses face to face with up to 100 people. But somehow, my college deemed it unsafe to host at least one laboratory with, get this, 15 people, keeping us in our online prison. Then year 2 started, where we are now, and so far it's been almost the same thing, and I can't help but feel like my young years are passing right before my eyes. And I mean, sure, you can have fun without college, but it's different when you actually have activities and when you get put in a college dorm with people your age, getting thrown out of your comfort zone. Not to mention how hard it is to get a group of people out these days without like 2 of them cancelling in the last minute. And it's especially bad if your college is in a different city, like my case was, until I got so desperate I bought an apartment in that city, right near the college dorms, so I can at least pretend I'm there. And maybe we could have gone to college if it wasn't for the teachers that got too comfortable as well. Oh, and speaking of them, they are the first thing I want to talk about. The teachers. There are mainly 4 types of online teachers. The lazy ones, that usually just share their screen and read a PDF document that they didn't even write like a goddamn text-to-speech bot. Then there's the professional ones, that join the meeting all dressed up formally, wearing a suit or something, while constantly trying to interact with the class and receiving no answer whatsoever. Hello, how is everyone doing today? Can you hear me? Did you do the reading for today? The mega boomers. These are the 200-year-old teachers that spend most of the time trying to figure out how to let the people from the waiting room in. I actually respect these ones because they're actually trying to keep up and teach us something. And then there are the ones that I respect the most. The ones that actually care about our education. And these are quite rare, but they do exist. These are the ones that don't just read from a PDF and actually try to explain everything by showing their work. And sadly, in my case, the lazy ones are quite common. If the social aspect of online education is bad, these guys make sure that the actual education aspect is the same. Not only is it impossible to pay attention to their courses, where they practically just recite a PDF file, but God forbid they have to grade an exam. They will just make an online multiple choice or input your answer quiz and let the automated system do the job for them. So they basically don't have to do anything. And God forbid you enter the wrong decimal separator, because that thing will not give you your point. They either do this or just give up completely and give you a random grade based on your other ones, essentially turning the entire exam into a massive gamble. I also have some of the professional ones. These are the ones that often get pissed and scream the feared P word. Plagiarism. Anytime 2 students use the same variable name in their code, they just go, "Oh, you used I in your for loop. Well, so did Patricia from the college next door. Plagiarism. You know you can get expelled for that, right?" But you can get them to leave you alone by just opening a program like Net Limiter and limiting Zoom's upload bandwidth. So you begin to sound like this. Thank me later. But how can we talk about the teachers without taking a closer look at the students? The students. There are mainly 5 types of online students. There's the nerds. It doesn't really matter if it's like 4 AM, these guys will eagerly attend every course without missing a single one, and not get tired doing it. They will pay attention even in the lazy teacher's PDF course, patiently listening to every single word the teacher is saying. The plagiarists. No matter what the teachers do, it's basically impossible to control the students in this online format, so it's basically the Wild West.
It's high noon.
These guys will have no idea what the exam is about, but they'll still pass without a problem while having a full class attendance, by using their super advanced techniques, which I do not know because I have definitely never plagiarized or cheated in my life. The broadcasters. These are the ones that don't pay attention whether their microphone and cameras are active, and often show meetings of hundreds of people various unholy activities. The deviant. This is basically the class clown that evolved into online form and is now basically made out of pure electricity. They like terrorizing the boomer teachers with various ancient torture methods, like playing trap or fart sounds from YouTube. And then there are the normal ones, which are just boring. And as I said earlier, it's a complete anarchy. But I keep wondering what would happen if after 2 years online the university would just decide that they want to turn the tables and just announce that they are hosting the final exams face to face.
I want them alive.
Well, guess what? This year they did just that. Face to face final exams. You didn't believe me when I said it hit me the worst, did ya? What every online student fears has just happened. Even though they didn't call us there physically all year when the COVID rate was much smaller, they decided to host an exam in person when the COVID rate was at an all-time high. But how did it go, you might ask? Well, imagine filling up a room with 200 bonobo apes and telling them to build a motorized vehicle. That's how it went. Or at least, that's what it felt like, since they brought 200 people that haven't had any physical educational contact in over 2 years and made them take an exam. Now, we haven't received our grades yet, but I imagine the teachers are scratching their heads as we speak at the works of art that we have submitted. Also, like a quarter of us, including me, were so brain dead that we didn't even see the last problem, for God's sake. Like, how does that even happen? And keep in mind that this isn't some dumb college I'm talking about. This is actually one of the most prestigious computer science universities from my country. And this is what online education has done to it. Seriously, we will be programming healthcare equipment and aircraft software soon. Please stop this madness. So, in conclusion, online college bad. Even leaving the social aspect aside, there are tons of reasons the education aspect sucks as well that I didn't even have time to go over. It's easier for the lazy teachers to be even lazier, and it's harder for the good teachers to provide quality education. Not to mention the overwhelming pressure on students to cheat at like everything, because it's simply so easy. There, I said it. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any opinions pro or against online college, I love to hear them out in the comment section.